Touring or recording? Well, now we're getting into a meaty question. I do love touring. Like I mentioned, I haven't really done practically any touring of note since COVID, and I'm, starting to put my toe back in the water, and I do love traveling and all those things. As I get older, I still feel pretty able. There's all kinds of little things, just how much energy you have in general, and got to stay awake for those long hours on the road. I've done a lot of solo touring where it's just me in a vehicle with some gear and some records, and I do love that. It's a great adventure. Hopefully I can still achieve that kind of stamina for those long driving days. And performing, I love, that's just absolutely unique kind of energy exchange. It can be so beautiful. What few shows I have played in the last few years have been amazing. And I do miss that contact, and, miss just that hit the open road and all that kind of stuff, which in the States is something more that I would do. Touring in Europe, I tend to just use trains and stuff like that. I've actually never driven a car in Europe, though I have driven tens and hundreds of thousands of miles in the States, many of them totally solo. It'll be interesting to, because the world has kind of changed so much too. Some things remain the same, but it'll be interesting to be out there. I do love recording too. I've got a fantastic studio, and there are people who, they're so into recording, they and they don't tour. They're maybe more like hobby musicians or something, and they kind of spend a lot of, going to the studio is like their spa day in a sense, but it's like for a creative project, so it's like the best of all possible worlds, and they never tour. And I can totally understand that. I'm kind of no nonsense about my own recordings. I do care about them, and I do fuss over them in my own way, but I like to complete things, so my record's been done for really more than a year. It's just waiting to sort of figure out how we're going to release it and get the cover art and everything. I love recording. I love mixing. I love doing that for other people too, which leads me to mention I'm always looking for new projects. So if you want me to play any of the many instruments that I play, and the many instruments that I played in R.E.M, for example, keyboards and bass and guitar and percussion and backing vocals and melodica and accordion, and I played trombone on a Christmas single, but I wouldn't recommend hiring me for it. So, please don't hesitate to reach out to me for projects like that as a player or a singer, or a producer for a whole record, or a mixer for your songs, or a song or whatever. Reach out. Instagram at Ken Stringfellow is the best place to reach me, and follow me there. It'd be great. So yeah, I love it all. I think there's one more.